Well, we recently announced the acquisition of the balance ownership of the CERENERGY Battery Project as well as the Silumina Anodes Project. So we have a sister company that is called Altech Advanced Materials, which is listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. And they own 18.75% of the CERENERGY Battery Project and 25% of the Silumina Anodes Project. So we have made an offer to them and they've accepted, and we are offering 23 million Aussie dollars in shares of ATC so that they then become a holding company rather than a direct partner in the project. The reason for this is very simple. We want control back of these projects so that we can monetize it and bring large strategic investors in. So by getting these balance of these projects, we'll be able to sell 49% of the CERENERGY Battery Project to a strategic investor, and by doing that, hopefully bring up to 100 million euros into the project as the equity part of the financing. So very strategic. We want control back so that we can monetize it, and it gives a better chance to fund these projects by us being controlled. Also, it makes it much easier to control it, quicker decision making, a much more efficient control. So that's the reason why we announced this deal. Well, we have been in the funding stage of these projects. So let's look at the CERENERGY Battery Project. On the debt side, we're looking at a 50-50 debt equity ratio, and we're running the debt process with KPMG. They are the debt advisors, and they're running the process. They've reached out to 10 commercial banks, and we had very positive response from all of them. And we're now trying to get down to one lead bank that could run that process. So we're in the final stages of appointing a lead bank for that program. And then on the grant side, we are applying for a lot of grants in Europe. As you know, there's a lot of money in Europe that's swirling around looking for green projects. And so a lot of the grants are in application and in progress. Also, just talking about green projects, we recently got accredited as a dark green project. So it's the highest green rating that S&P can give, and we got that accreditation. And the reason we got that is because we are 50% the carbon footprint of a lithium-ion battery. And when you think about it, we don't have to mine for lithium, we don't have to mine for graphite, we don't have to mine for cobalt. We just use carbon table salt. So that's a great achievement to be a dark green project. And then on the equity side, as I mentioned before, we are talking to very major groups around the world that is interested in this disruptive technology. So that's the stage that we are. We're moving. There's a lot of excitement, and we're progressing all those areas. So just let me remind you on the CERENERGY battery, the benefits of our technology and why there's so much interest. Number one is totally fireproof. I'm sure you've seen a lot of incidents around the world where the battery fires have caused problems in data centers or AI institute. This is a big deal for the world. So our basic offering is that we have a niche market, and our market values the idea that our batteries are totally fire safe. So fireproof, no chance of going up, and that's the biggest advantage. The other advantage is that we can operate these batteries in very cold climates, down to minus 40 degrees and even up to desert conditions. No lithium battery can operate in those temperatures. And essentially why we can do that is because it's solid state technology. We don't have any issues with thermal runaway, and we don't have issues with cooling fans and air conditioners and so on. So that's the big advantage. And then finally, the life of our battery is nearly double the lithium battery, nearly 30 years. And the reason we know this is because these batteries have been around. So the technology's been around and they've been operating. So these batteries have been going for 30 years. And all we're doing in our technology is taking these batteries and expanding it by 3.5 times for the grid storage market. I'll give you another great an example. Somebody gave us one of these batteries that have been sitting around on the shelf for 30 years. We activated the battery and it works perfectly. So no lithium battery sitting around on the shelf for 30 years can be just activated and works. So this is the benefit of our technology. It's essentially sodium chloride batteries with solid state technology.